short, and we're going to be looking right about 3rd and 1, but Tom Snape, that's a very short 1 yard to go.
Yeah, very manageable, and Greensburg very capable of doing it. We've seen the push that they've been able to get up front, and as you mentioned, Rob, the weapons that they have between Mucker Hyde, his ability, also Kilgore and Cruz. Those are several guys who can absolutely pick this up. So very a textbook example of 3rd and manageable.
This could very well be the last play of the first quarter unless the sticks move and the clock momentarily stops. Greensburg, 1 yard from a first down. Muckerhide, he gets the first down and flirts with the 50, and he will be stopped with 17 seconds on the clock as that clock will stop to move the sticks. 15 seconds to go, and back-to-back runs have been very productive for Levi Muckerhide, the sophomore.
Yeah, their deepest penetration on the field for the Pirates at midfield. Right on top of that Pirate had the logo at midfield. So 5 seconds remaining, and the clock is going to go ahead and run. I believe that's going to be it.
That is going to be it. And just like that, we are ready for our next stop of 12 minutes on the clock. Batesville, a 1 yard touchdown run from Dylan Shane, and the Bulldogs leading this 6-0 over Greensburg. We step aside, take a timeout, second quarter right after this. It's high school football Friday night on Country 103.9 WRBI, the WRBI app, and WRBI-TV.
Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep is a proud sponsor of local athletics. I'm Michelle Galk, and at Batesville Chrysler, we value this community and the relationships we've built with our customers. As your hometown car dealer, we understand the importance of staying connected to the community. We commend all our student athletes and their hard work and dedication. That's why we're proud to sponsor local sports coverage so that fans can stay connected no matter where we are. Remember, you can buy a car anywhere, but when you buy at Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep, we can all work together to support the future of this group.
Your free source for local sports, WRBI.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Ivy Tech Community College, Gehrings, Vaguely Napa Auto, Ison's Family Pizza, and Andrus Wiestefeld Funeral Home. 6-0 Batesville after 1 quarter of play, and tonight's scoring drive brought to you by Assured Partners Insurance in Batesville. See Mark Taylor.
Greensburg marching as we begin the second quarter. Levi Muckerhide at the quarterback spot getting things done. The two teams switch sides, so it's Greensburg moving from right to left to end this first half. And it's going to be a run play up the middle. And Batesville just continues to struggle with the various run options here on this series. And this is going to be another big gain for Greensburg. But actually, this will be stopped a little bit shorter than what I thought it might. But Pirates in Batesville territory, they're at the 46.
Yeah, the deepest that the Greensburg Pirates have gone. Keep in mind, this is just their second drive of the ball game. But still, Greensburg had a little bit of a feeling out on that first drive, testing the waters, and now starting to impose their will up front.
Fake the handoff and a successful pass play up the middle. Pirates into the end zone. And we're tied up. I'll tell you what a bullet of a throw up the middle by Muckerhide, and what a sprint in by Carson Kilgore, as that's going to be a 46-yard sprint to the house. 11:14 to go in the second.
Yeah, it just went right down the seam. Did Kilgore, and Muckerhide delivered a fantastic throw there. Found Kilgore right over the middle for 46 yards.
So now we will see what Greensburg wants to do here, as they're going to go ahead and go for 2. Muckerhide, he's going to slide in. Pirates have the lead. Did not appear Batesville was all that ready for that design. So the 11:14 still to go. It's Greensburg 8, Batesville 6.
And this scoring drive brought to you by Assured Partners Insurance in Batesville. See Rebecca Kraft.
Again, mentioned our other broadcast tonight sees East Central at home taking on Connorsville, but plenty of other pretty solid ball games out there this evening, 2 of which I think are really good. That is Milan on the road at Eastern Hancock, plus you've got Franklin County at South Dearborn. Eastern Green, they are at Class A number 4 North Decatur. Lawrenceburg ranked 4th in 3A. They are at Rushville, and I know that we made mention of this on Monday night on Coach's Corner. Tom has made mention this week as well. We were slated to see South Decatur and Switzerland County tonight, but that game was canceled due to some injury issues there with the Cougars. No makeup date in sight between South and Switzerland County. So now we get ready for Greensburg to kick off now that they own that 8-6 lead. Carson Kilgore once again, 46-yard reception from Levi Muckerhide, plus you got the 2-point conversion from Muckerhide. And now the Bulldogs will be looking for an answer. You've got Ethan Schneider, who's over on the far side, set to return for Batesville. Jordan back as well for the blue and white, who are in the road white uniforms. They're going to kick this one over to Ethan Schneider. Schneider will pick it up around the 10. Side steps, but then taken down. And Greensburg, a lot of momentum now after the touchdown and a big stop on special teams.
Yep, we had McKenzie and also Tyler Williams in on the stop on special teams. So momentum definitely on the side of the Greensburg Pirates at this point, and putting together a terrific touchdown drive, capped off by the 46-yard pass from Muckerhide to Kilgore in the 2-point conversion. And just like that, Greensburg feeling it a little bit.
Second drive of the night for Batesville. First one resulted in the 1-yard TD run by Dylan Shane. Extra point blocked and unsuccessful for Brady Wannell. Dylan Shane is under center. He's going to pitch this one out to the far side, and Greensburg's defense going to snuff things out again. We'll see who comes out of the pile there for the Bulldogs, and not Dylan Cummer, who we saw a heavy dose of in quarter number 1, and it's going to be number 11, that being Liam Moon.
So once again, matching personnel on that offensive attack is Evan Ulrey and company. But as you said, Rob, nothing doing there. No gain on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 10, Batesville at their own 25-yard line. 10:33 in the second quarter, and Greensburg with the 8-6 lead.
Couple switches in and out for the Batesville from a personnel standpoint. You've got Trenton Jordan lined up here to the near side as the wide receiver. Schneider's in motion. Shane going to drop back, rolls out to the right. Near side pass. This one is complete up near the first down marker. Reception hauled in by the tight end, number 37, Caden Vogel, saying, there's been times this season, Tom, we've seen him at a running spot at the fullback position, but now coming out as a tight end. So as those new personnel come in, you're kind of expanding that playbook a little bit more out too.
And two, you got an athlete in, Vogel saying, who's, again, terrific athlete. You can use him as a Swiss Army knife, be it as a fullback or as a receiver, tight end, whatever, blocking tight end, receiving tight end. He can, absolutely is a terrific weapon.
9:38, and we are at 3rd and 2 after the Vogel saying a reception. They're going to try and push Dylan Shane through. And this will be a Batesville first down on the QB keeper. And this will take Batesville up to the 38-yard line, 9:31, and counting now in the second.
Once again, good push up front by that Batesville offensive line, using that leverage and getting down low and able to pick up that first down to the 37-yard line. 9:20 and counting in the second period. Again, Greensburg with the 8-6 lead, but Batesville starting to put together a nice drive here.
Wide receiver on each side for Batesville. You've got two in the backfield. Shane fakes it to the up man, and now a big run play across the 51 man to beat. Bulldogs have it. Helmet falls off, and that is Dylan Cummer, who's going to get to the 30. He is down, not getting up. That's a flag against Greensburg. Certainly that's going to be a personal foul penalty against the Pirates, and he is still holding his head across up at the 30. And not a lot of happy Batesville fans underneath us right now.
No, absolutely. It felt like going too high on that tackle there and ripping his helmet off. And immediately Cummer hit the deck there. And now in a kneeling position as he's being attended to by the Batesville athletic training staff. And, of course, Tim Hall from Margaret Mary Health, the lead athletic trainer. So he's going to be able to walk off on his own power. Now he's going to trot off, so that's a good sign.
Certainly is a good one for Dylan Cummer. For him now, that's 4 carries on the night, and that's his biggest run of the evening. and pushes the Batesville Bulldogs deep into Greensburg Pirate territory. So we'll set the stage at 9:01 back in the second quarter as we get back to football. And all the cheerleaders had to do was set that up for us downstairs.
Yep, nice setup.
Big kudos to Annie Nunley, our on-site engineer. We've got all the microphones set up for you tonight, and we're at 9 minutes and counting. This will be first down and 10 for Batesville, and they are at that Greensburg 14-yard line. We'll put two in the backfield again for the Bulldogs. Shane under center. There's that fake and a handoff up, and going up is Ajon Herbert, number 27. Greensburg finally going to make the gang tackle. And we're going to take this to about the 11, and this will be, we'll call it second down and 8. It's going to be a short 8. I would more so say second down and 7 if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, that looked like a mosh pit up front between the pushing, between the offensive line and the defense, and then the Greensburg defenders finally able to break through and bring down Herbert in his first carry of the night.
So we've seen Comer, we've seen Shane, and we have seen Herbert. You'll keep Herbert back there behind Shane on a second down Batesville. And it's going to be a fake handoff. Shane rolling out, pass up and incomplete. Bobbles in and out of the hands of Trenton Jordan, but a really good job there for Greensburg on the coverage, as that looked to be number 59, Jeremiah Alexander, a 5'9 senior.
Yeah, well defended over there. Good intention on the part of Shane. Of course, having to make something out of nothing, roll out to his right under some duress. And a good man to get to, just that well defended there by the Greensburg Pirates. So incomplete pass stops the clock, 7:56. Third and 12, Batesville at the Greensburg 14.
And the Batesville Bulldogs trailing 8-6. Threatening in the red zone. They scored a touchdown on their first trip inside the red. Shane looking downfield. Going to have to scramble around. Breaks through 1 and 2. Gets across the 10. Makes a little something out of nothing. This will be about a 4 or 5 yard pickup. This should be manageable for Batesville, and it looks like we'll see Mr. Wannell come out just to play it safe and try and tack on 3 to allow the Bulldogs to regain the advantage.
And once again, Jeremiah Alexander in on the stop for the Greensburg Pirates, the 5'9", 215-pound senior. And it will, in fact, be Brady Wannell on for the field goal attempt. A 24-yard attempt for Brady Wannell.
Hold down for Wannell. Rather simple, and this one is right through. Batesville on top. 7:09 to go, second quarter. Batesville 9. Greensburg 8. Sounds like a basketball score, but trust me, it's high school football Friday night on Country 103.9 WRBI, WRBI-TV, and the WRBI app.
When looking for the highest standard of HVAC service and care, turn to Hurt & Elko, your local Lennox Premier dealer. Hurt & Elko and their Premier dealer status means you are certain to be working with a company who has the highest level of training, professionalism, and customer satisfaction. For a limited time, they're offering up to $1,900 in rebates on a brand new Lennox system or finance with low monthly payments. Call Hurt & Elko today at 812-934-4646 or visit them online at hurt-elko.com to learn more. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
The most and best high school sports is on WRBI.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Fleetwood Chevrolet, Margaret Mary Health, Plains Communications, Moore Law Office. Brady Wannell with a 24-yard field goal. 7:09 to go before halftime, and Batesville with a 9-6 lead over Greensburg. The scoring drive brought to you by Assured Partners Insurance in Batesville. See Kevin Kreckler.
Correction, 9-8 score.
Or excuse me, 9-8. I'm sorry.
Greensburg got the 2-point conversion back in the first.
They did. I just...
No worries.
I transcribed wrong. I'm going to blame it on my transcriber.
Math is hard, my friend.
It is. Tell me about it. Now, if you had me break down a sentence or do a history lecture, I'm your man.
Absolutely. 7:09. Batesville kicks this one off. Greensburg returns it inside the 10. Big return on the far side. Finally, Batesville able to bring it down. That's going to be on the tackle. It appeared to be number 53, Jackson Brittle, from my angle. Trying to get a number on the return man. I love the blue and black for Greensburg, but those black letters and numbers awfully hard to read under the lights.
Yeah, they really are. I was telling Annie Nunley earlier before when we were setting up, You know, that's going to be a joy to call tonight with those black numerals outlined in white on the blue jerseys. Fun times.
So on the near side, we're pretty good over on our way.
Yep.
Far side, we'll do what we can.
Yeah.
Exactly 7 minutes to go. Greensburg gets last drive, 46-yard pass play from Levi Muckerhide to Carson Kilgore. It was an absolute bullet and sprint between those two. Pirates are back on the run. They're going to get this football across the 50 into Batesville territory, and the officials will say it is a first down, and guess who? It's Carson Kilgore with an 11-yard pickup. Greensburg will have it. They'll be at the Batesville 44. Clock is stopped temporarily at 6:54 in the second.
Yeah, Kilgore is second leading rusher on the ball club with 3 touchdowns on the year. And I'll tell you what, he is quite the weapon back there.
Rob LaFerry, Tom Snape in tonight in Decatur County. 6:54. This will go up the middle for Greensburg, and this will go to the 40-yard line. Going to be Cruz with the football. Just taking a little chunk at a time on this drive so far after the big return on the far side by the Pirates.
Yeah, Cruz, the leading ball carrier on the club, 364 yards coming into tonight with a touchdown.
9-8, Batesville lead after the Wanell field goal. 6:22, 2nd and 5, Greensburg. High snap. This will come down. It's a carry up the middle. As we are over on that far side, Kilgore going to chomp away at a couple yards. Ball is going to be spotted at the 39. And guess what? Greensburg will move the chains, and both offenses, you got to give them credit, have done that very well here in half number 1.
Yeah, this is the cut death by 1,000 paper cuts approach by the Greensburg Pirates, keeping it strictly on the ground, going to their 2 bell cows in Kilgore and Cruz, and of course getting some good push up front, and then the athletes doing the rest.
Handoff. Going to be Muckerhide to the up man just across the 40 or across the 35 rather. I don't even know if we're going to even get a gain here on that run play by Greensburg. Coming up out of the Batesville pile, helping with the tackle. And that looks like a number 12 on the jersey, Jake Shornick, of course, who suffered a really scary injury a week ago against Lawrenceburg. They will say that Greensburg did get 1 yard. It'll be 2nd and 9, 5:17, quarter number 2. Over on the far side, Muckerhide. He will go to the backfield. Cruz run, far sideline. We're now under 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, a little something different there as opposed to running up the middle like Greensburg had been doing on the last several plays. They decided to pitch it to the outside. And Cruz very effective there, making it a 3rd and 1 Greensburg at the Batesville 25-yard line, 4:40 and counting for halftime. And again, Batesville clinging to the 9-8 lead.
Isaac Limmel comes to the sideline for Batesville. He's going to be looked at by the Batesville training staff. Looks to be maybe a stinger on the rib area. And we've got a timeout on the field taken by the Pirates. 4:34 to go second quarter. It's Batesville 9, Greensburg 8. We'll step aside for a 30. Be back with more high school football Friday night on Country 103.9 WRBI, the WRBI app, and WRBI-TV.
Visit your local Napa store, Vagley Napa Auto in downtown Batesville. This month, get a 5-quart jug of select varieties of Mobil 1 Advanced Full Synthetic Motor Oil for $34.99. A 5-quart jug of Napa Premium Performance Conventional Motor Oil is just $18.99. 1-gallon jugs of Napa Antifreeze Coolant start at $9.99. And Shell Rotella T4 Triple Protection Motor Oils just $19.29 for a 1-gallon jug. It's all at Vagley Napa Auto in downtown Batesville.
Southeastern Indiana's sports voice, WRBI.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Whitewater Motors, Hurt and Elko, the Ripley County Community Foundation, and Batesville Dental. And that timeout actually charged to Batesville, so they're down to 1. Greensburg has all 3 of their timeouts.
Late goings of the second quarter, back to football. Greensburg continues with the run game and make it another first down for the Pirates. Muckerhide, quarterback keeper. And that's going to go for about 11, 12 yards. So first down, Greensburg. And they're going to be at the 15-yard line, make it the 14 officially with 4:18 and counting before halftime.
I'm impressed with Mucker Hyde's ability back there running the football, and just adds to the three-headed monster back there between he, Cruz, and Kilgore.
And you take a look at Cruz and Kilgore. Those guys are seniors, but Mucker Hyde is only a sophomore. So some really good promise for Greensburg at the quarterback position. Mucker Hyde will throw. This one is complete across the 10, spinning up near the 5 and down around now the 4 because he's still on his feet. That's going to be number...
I think that's Kilgore.
It's Kilgore, number 6.
And Ethan Schneider getting up off the bottom of the pile, helped up by Trenton Jordan. But another fantastic gain there by Kilgore, running to the outside, picked up 5 on the play. So it's going to set up a second, and you only need to get 1 to get the first down to get the goal-to-go situation.
Added a little bit more there on the final push up to the 5-yard line. Mucker Hyde, we'll see what he wants to do here. Very deep into Batesville territory. This is going to be a Cruz carry. Cruz is up and going to be stopped around the 4. But this does move the chains for Greensburg. No movement from the chain gang yet, though. Perhaps a conversation here. Did they get it? Did they not?
And... yeah, they did, because the one guy
one
on the
chain
stick goes down. Yep. So, and the other one's retreating. So, yep, they got it.
So a delayed signal there for the first down with 2:32 to go here in the second quarter. First and goal, Greensburg. They're trailing 9-8, but they're at the Batesville 4. Can they get their second lead of the ball game? I formation, they're going to run this up the middle. Pirates are flirting, and they'll be down at the 2 as Batesville able to come up with a stop. Kilgore with the carry, helping in on the Batesville stop. That was Matt Davidson, number 65. So we are at a minute 55. Second down and goal. Greensburg is at the Batesville 1. Very simply, would not be surprised if Mucker Hyde just gets pushed in. That is the case. And you can put 6 up for the Greensburg Pirates, who are now in charge by a 14-9 score. 1:40 to go in quarter number 2. You would not think by the score, Tom Snape, that this is a shootout. But the offenses are both having their way. It's just a matter of them both running so much and taking so much time off. Really, there's not been much stoppage on either side.
There really has been. I mean, it's not for lack of effort, but it's just the fact that both of these offenses have really done a fantastic job moving the ball up and down the field, and in case of that, and now it's a 14-9 ball game pending this extra point.
Ethan Smith will be the one with the honors for Greensburg to try and put 15 points up. Kick on the way. It's a no-doubter for the Pirates, so Ethan Smith is 1 of 1 on extra points. 1:40 to go, 15-9 Greensburg over Batesville. We'll step aside for a 30-second timeout. Be back with the remainder of half number 1. High school football Friday night. Country 103.9 WRBI, the WRBI app, and WRBI-TV.
When you schedule an annual wellness visit with your Decatur County Memorial Hospital primary care provider, you can receive the most up-to-date report on the status of your health. Your family medicine provider's care is a fundamental to staying well and catching problems early. Routine preventative care can help save your life. Schedule an appointment with your DCMA's provider today.
Your free source for local sports, WRBI.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Doug Sherwood, Decatur County Memorial Hospital, and Bruns Gutzwiller. And as Levi Mucker Hyde with his first touchdown run of the night, he had on a 46-yard pass from to Kilgore. This is the second time he's been involved in scoring tonight. This one, a 1-yard quarterback keeper, Ethan Smith, adding the extra point. Greensburg with a 15-9 lead, and this scoring drive brought to you by Assured Partners Insurance in Batesville. See David Ball.
And speaking of Ethan Smith, he was just a few feet off of connecting with the back of the soccer net in the end zone to our left. It's a touchback. Not quite football, but it is football Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about a drive. I mean, he absolutely laid the wood into it, so to speak. I mean, put some leg into that one. Almost hit that soccer goal, as you mentioned, at the behind the end line.
So what can Batesville do with 1:40 to go? Both teams have had no issue marching down the field here in the first half, but the Bulldogs would love to take the lead, then get the football back to begin the third quarter. Pass out in the flat. Dylan Shane connects with Trenton Jordan. Jordan going to be pushing up near a first down. He's going to be stopped a couple yards shy. This will be second down and a short, and a bit of a new wrinkle in there to allow Jordan to get out. And Batesville, they have really been able to divide things up. They've been run heavy, but the pass has been there for them so far on 2 or 3 possessions here this evening. This is the third drive of the night, by the way, for Batesville. Both teams limited in that regard. Shane, quarterback keeper, he's got the first down and more. Put him across the 40. He'll be downed at the 42. Clock momentarily stops at 1:05, and Dylan Shane again is able to show off those legs with a burst of speed right down the middle.
Eli Powers with stop for the Greensburg Pirates.
55 seconds, Shane out to Jordan again. Another pass complete, and a big hit laid down by the Pirates. Give all the credit in the world there to Ethan Bishop, number 15, the 6'3 junior, as Trenton Jordan went end over end. Only a 2-yard gain, and now ball is spiked by Shane at the quarterback position. Clock will stop at 33 seconds, and even a couple more seconds trickle down after that. I would imagine you should be putting some time back up here. And, well, I take that back. Instead of downing this thing and spiking it, we've got a timeout on the field, and we're going to go ahead and keep it right here. That one charged, I believe, to Greensburg, who now has 2 timeouts to work with, and Batesville still has 1 to go. Coming up at halftime, we'll get some scores to you as we've got plenty of area games underway this evening, and a couple of those already with some points on the scoreboard. Then we'll also give you a recap of half number 1 and then get you set up for half number 2 between these 2 rivals inside the EIAC. Greensburg is the first to come back out to the field as Evan Ulrey and company just continue to discuss some things here before trying to make this march. It's second down and 8 with 35 on the game clock.
Yeah, again, as you mentioned, only the third drive for Batesville. And because these two teams have put together such long drives, they've really eaten up the clock. And of course, it's also homecoming, so expect an extended halftime.
Outside of Greensburg's punt in the opening series, everything's been a score. Pass downfield incomplete, but a flag thrown. And I would imagine that the Pirates will be hit with a pass interference. It was Trenton Jordan downfield on the far side for the Bulldogs, but a couple in the vicinity with a lot of hand in on it.
Chance Richards was over there as well. He was one of them, so possibly a little 7-on-7 crime there, if you will.
Pass interference.
But it will be pass interference whistled against the Greensburg Pirates. So a 15-yard penalty will take the ball down to the Pirate 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Batesville.
1st and 10. Batesville obviously would like to get 6 up and at least tie this thing, but if you have to, you know, you do get Brady Wannell in range. You could at least cut this down to 15-12, then get that football back to begin the second half. And whistles blow, and Greensburg, they're going to go ahead and take another timeout. So you know what? We're going to do that as well. 28 seconds to go, first half. Greensburg 15, Batesville 9. Back after the TO on Country 103.9 WRBI, WRBI-TV, and, of course, the WRBI app.
When life takes unexpected turns, Moore Law is there to help. Moore Law can help with estate planning, elder law, nursing home planning, criminal defense, family law issues, and civil litigation. They stand behind their clients every step of the way. From protecting loved ones and securing your future to defending your rights, Moore Law's attorneys bring a wealth of knowledge and dedication to every case. Call 812-932-1227. Moore Law, attorneys you can trust.
The most and best high school sports is on WRBI.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Ivy Tech Community College, Garings, Vaguely Napa Auto, Ison's Family Pizza, and Andrus Weistefeld Funeral Home.
28 seconds to go. First half. Batesville football. 1st and 10 from the Greensburg 40-yard line. Wide receiver here in Ethan Schneider lined up to the near side. Shane fakes the handoff looking for Schneider. Now instead goes to the sideline. Is that pass complete? It looks like they're going to say yes. Trenton Jordan in with the haul. Not going to be quite at the first down, but only a couple yards to go. But the clock is still going at 15 seconds. Make it 16. And now we've got a quick stoppage in play. And it looks like Trenton Jordan's going to come over very quickly. And perhaps now, did they say he was out of bounds?
Yeah, they said, yeah, they're, because looks like Batesville's marching back, but no. Well, they still got the second down. So 2nd and 1. It's not indicated on the scoreboard, but it is a 2nd and 1. But well defended there by Miles McKenzie on the near side. Where Jordan able to come up with the grab and shield him out of the way.
And they must have said that Trenton Jordan was out because they have added seconds on the clock. It's at 22 seconds. Shane rolls out to his left on the second down. Pass incomplete. Now the clock is stopped at 16 seconds. 3rd down, Batesville, trailing 15-9.
And that was intended for Ethan Schneider across the way, and a Greensburg defender jumped in front of him, knocked it down, incomplete pass, stops the clock with 16 ticks left on the clock before halftime. In 3rd and 1 for Batesville at the Greensburg 31, trailing 15-9.
Currently at the 31. It would be an awfully long field goal for Brady Wannell, but he is capable, but at least maybe try and push it up for a little bit more of a doable range for Brady. 2 in the backfield for the Bulldogs at 16 seconds. Shane fakes the handoff, looking middle of the field. Now keeps it himself. Now will fire that pass. End zone up and blocked away by the Pirates as Ethan Schneider and Trenton Jordan both going to take a tumble into the soccer goal. And on the coverage for Greensburg, and a guy that we have now said 2 or 3 times in the first half, and he's had a big first half defensively, that's Ethan Bishop.
Yeah, good job by Bishop stepping in front of the intended receiver. That was, of course, Schneider, and as you mentioned, Jordan in that general vicinity. They both tumbled into that soccer goal off to our right. So clock stopped on the incomplete pass with 8 seconds to go.
8 seconds and a 4th down and 1. Batesville offense remains out on the field. And now a flag is thrown by the official here in front of us.
Delay a game.
Going to go against Batesville, so we'll push them back 5. Both teams with a timeout. And now instead of 4th and 1 for Batesville, it is 4th down and 6. Quick check from Dylan Shane, the quarterback, over here to the offensive gurus for Batesville. And now he will return. Is there one more heave? It's going to allow Batesville to put 6 up and tie this at 15, trailing 15-9. And another whistle, and Greensburg will call their final timeout. So with that, we'll go ahead and take another 30-second timeout. Thanks to on-site engineer Annie Nunley. Rob LaFerry, Tom Snape with you. 15-9 Greensburg leading Batesville on Country 103.9 WRBI, WRBI-TV, and the WRBI app.
Hey football fans! While Ivy Tech Community College doesn't have a football team, what it does have is your play to a great future. Earn a short-term certificate to quickly get into a high-wage, high-demand career. Earn your associate degree in a wide variety of programs for a more affordable transfer to a bachelor's degree. Classes are offered in person and online at the Lawrenceburg and Batesville locations. For more information, email r11express@ivytech.edu.
Southeastern Indiana's sports voice, WRBI.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Fleetwood Chevrolet, Margaret Mary Health, Great Plains Communications, and Moore Law Office.
Could be the final play of the half for the Batesville Bulldogs. 4th and 6, 8 seconds to go. Dylan Shane off the snap, rolls out, pass fired, and they're going to be a catch. Trenton Jordan was over there, and pass is complete. As we've got 2 seconds up here on the clock, where do they spot the football? It doesn't look to be at the first down marker. And will Greensburg go ahead and take over? Now I'm seeing the yellow hanky out there on the field, so a penalty. Batesville is marching back, and the Bulldogs will be whistled. And this is going to be taken all the way back to the Greensburg 46-yard line.
A hold. It's a holding whistle against Batesville. So that's going to take it back to the Batesville 46. So Bulldogs stuck in reverse on this particular drive. They, just like Greensburg, had done a terrific job of moving the ball up and down the field. But penalties getting the better of them on this particular drive.
2 seconds, that's what Batesville will have. And I would imagine at this point, either you've got a chance to go downfield, or to avoid any potential turnover by Greensburg, you go ahead and just throw it out of bounds. Evan Ulrey wants to talk about it. And, well, you know what? We are having such a good time with these commercial breaks late in the first half. Annie, let's take another 30-second timeout. High school football Friday night on Country 103.9 WRBI, WRBI-TV, and the WRBI app.
In Ripley County, 1 in 7 children face food insecurity. That means weekends can feel long, empty, and uncertain. Through Turnover Hunger, the Batesville and Milan varsity football teams are working to change that. 1 turnover, 1 backpack, 1 child at a time. Join the Turnover Hunger effort to feed hungry children on weekends. Donate to the Ripley County Community Foundation, 13 East George Street, Suite B, Batesville, or online at rccfonline.org. Donate today.
Your free source for local sports, WRBI.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by the aforementioned Ripley County Community Foundation, Whitewater Motors, Hurt and Elko, and Batesville Dental. Listening to high school football on 103.9 WRBI. Batesville, Greensburg, Brookville, Versailles.
2 seconds after a holding penalty, Batesville has called their final timeout, and they're ready to rock and roll. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Shane, is he going to fire? He will, all the way downfield, intercepted by the Pirates. And still on his feet, it's Ethan Bishop, who puts an exclamation mark on an outstanding first half on defense. But he is brought down. We are at zeros, and this first half is now in the books. The Greensburg Pirates 0-6 heading into tonight now find themselves 1 half away from win number 1 on the season. But they're in a dogfight because the Batesville Bulldogs are in town. Bulldogs trailed the Pirates 15-9. Our halftime show comes up after this 2-minute timeout. High school football Friday night, Country 103.9 WRBI, WRBI-TV, and the WRBI app.
We don't sell you cars, we help you buy them.
Fleetwood Chevrolet at 950 North Michigan Avenue in Greensburg invites you to visit them. They're here to help you with your next new or pre-owned vehicle purchase, as well as all your service and parts needs. They're the home of Greensburg's only drive-in service lane and free oil changes for life with the purchase of a new vehicle. Give them an opportunity to earn your business at Fleetwood Chevrolet.
We don't sell you cars, we help you buy them.
It's back. Our delicious chicken bruschetta pizza is back. Cecil here. I'm interrupting this commercial for some important news. Our operating hours are changing to better serve our customers and to better take care of our team members. We will be closing at 8 p.m. Sunday through Thursday. That's right, our new hours are Sunday through Thursday from 10:30 a.m. to 8 p.m., then Friday and Saturday 10:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Come let us serve you. LicensedFamilyPizza.com, 812-933-0333, or 117 East George Street, downtown Batesville.
When it comes to you and your family's health, finding a primary care provider you can trust makes all the difference. At Margaret Mary Health, our providers aren't just here for you when you're sick. They're dedicated to being your long-term partners in health. If you're looking for a medical provider to help keep your family well, give us a call or visit us online. Our primary care providers are accepting new patients in Batesville, Brookville, Osgood, and Milan. Margaret Mary Health. Generations of care.
Go stream, go work, go game. No matter what you do online, we've got you. Great Plains Communications. Super fast, reliable internet built for the way you live, work, and play. Powered by our expanding fiber network, local call centers, technicians, technical support, and over a century of experience, we ensure your connection is fast, reliable, and stress-free. Go make the switch to Great Plains Communications today. And remember, for all the ways you live online, we've got you.
The most and best high school sports is on WRBI.
And welcome back to Pirate Stadium and Schreiber Field on this high school football Friday night, week number 7. Already the high school football season. We have got a good one so far between a pair of nearby rivals as the Greensburg Pirates 0-6 on the season, leading the 3-3 Batesville Bulldogs by a score of 15-9. Rob LaFerry, Tom Snape, Annie Nunley here with you this evening, and as we open things up for our halftime show tonight and prepare for the Greensburg homecoming festivities, Tom Snape, a really good first half of offense to begin this, but Greensburg starting to put their foot down defensively late and responsible for a 15-9 lead.
Indeed, and of course, also on that last drive, aided and abetted by several Batesville penalties that stalled that drive and ended up with an interception to close the half. But still, these two offenses, put on quite the show. Good sustained drives, and a result in the 15-9 Greensburg margin at the half.
Take a look at the scoring drives through half number 1. Dylan Shane was able to open things up for Batesville on a 1-yard run. Brady Wannell's extra point was blocked, so the score stands 6-0 Batesville. They're in the first quarter, but then Greensburg is able to respond, and they do so in a big way. Quarterback Levi Muckerhide hits Carson Kilgore for 46 yards, and then a 2-point conversion by Muckerhide is successful. Greensburg with the 8-6 lead. Brady Wannell comes back for Batesville in quarter number 2. He will connect on a 24-yard field goal to put the Bulldogs up 9-8. But in the first half, it's the Greensburg Pirates who are able to get the final say, and it's Muckerhide, a 1-yard quarterback keeper. Extra point by Ethan Smith is good, and that is where we stand at 15-9. We're going to go ahead, step aside, and take another timeout. When we come back, we will talk about some scores from around the area tonight as a part of Week 7 as we enjoy high school football Friday night. We're here at Greensburg tonight, 15-9. Greensburg over Batesville. Country 103.9 WRBI, WRBI-TV, and the WRBI app.
A family-owned business since the 1800s, Andres Wiestefeld Funeral Home is there in your family's time of need. Nicole Wiestefeld is the family's 5th-generation funeral director.
Working alongside my dad, he taught me the importance of treating every family like my own, so I try to live by that philosophy every day.
They customize their services based on your loved one's individuality. With funeral pre-planning and online planning available, Andres Wiestefeld Funeral Home in Dover, at the corner of Route 1 and North Dearborn.
In case you hadn't heard, Scripture Auto in Greensburg is now a part of Whitewater Motors. If you have an issue down the road, you can call Jamie Scripture or Dave Scripture. Try that at some of the bigger places. It's just customer service. We've been taking care of people for a decade. That's our biggest thing. We treat them like family, always have. Rest assured, Dave Scripture and myself, Jamie Scripture, are still here running the business. So that's the big thing.
Visit them online at whitewatergreensburg.com.
Simmer and sear with confidence using a Maytag freestanding electric range with 5 elements, including a 9-inch and 6-inch dual choice element, variable broil, and warming center. You can knock out mealtime in no time. The steam clean cycle and fingerprint resistant stainless steel finish makes it easy to keep clean inside and out. Shop Garings today. Garings and Maytag, 316 North Main, Batesville.
You only have one smile. Make yours the best it can be with Batesville Dental. For over 40 years, Batesville Dental's provided the latest technology in their state-of-the-art facility. They strive to make your visit a pleasure. Doctors Broughton, Liedermeyer, and Roberts and their staff offer preventative care, Invisalign, implants, extractions, and cleanings to keep your mouth healthy and your smile beautiful. Batesville Dental, 391 Northside Drive, Batesville. You only have one smile. Make yours the best it can be. Batesville Dental.
Southeastern Indiana's sports voice, WRBI.
And the homecoming court currently being recognized at the 50-yard line here at Greensburg High School, as that crew is all dapper, dandy, and looking great on a perfect night for high school football. Greensburg is leading Batesville by a score of 15-9. Other scores from around the area this evening. We've got a baseball score in quarter number 2. It's Franklin County leading South Dearborn 7-2. And I believe the winner of that one plays the Yankees in the American League Division Series coming up next week. But a 5-point advantage right now for Franklin County. Other scores, East Central in the first quarter leads Connorsville 14-0. Lawrenceburg is already in blowout status over Rushville. They lead the Lions 29-0. And also at the end of the first quarter, North Decatur leads Eastern Green by a score of 14-0. And also just got this one passed along to me, so Annie, you can send this one over to Brent. And it's a first half score. Eastern Hancock leading Milan by a score of 20-7. Thank you very much, Lindsay DeBolt, for passing that one along to me. In addition, Tom Snape, to football scores, we had a girls golf team participating in the IHSA Girls Golf State Finals. It's day one of a 2-day event up at the Prairie View Golf Club in Carmel, and right now the Batesville Lady Bulldogs will enter tomorrow. They are tied for 8th out of 16 teams in the team standing. And for senior Ava South, she is coming into tomorrow tied for 6th place on the individual leaderboard, currently at 2 over par, but is only 6 strokes away from taking a crack at the first place spot. And also East Central's Rowan Pye is competing for the Lady Trojans as an individual at the state finals. She wrapped up today a really rough round one for Rowan with a score of 12 over par. So that is an update on the girls golf state finals, and also an update on high school football from around the area tonight. And again, just to repeat those scores for this evening: Milan trailing Eastern Hancock 20-7. You've got Franklin County on top of South Dearborn, now 14-2. That is now a halftime score being passed along to us. 14-2 Franklin County over South Dearborn. East Central, they have added another touchdown. They lead Connorsville 21-0. Lawrenceburg 29-0 over Rushville. And North Decatur 14-0 end of one over the Thunderbirds of Eastern Green. We should have our homecoming winners here in just a bit, so we'll go ahead, step aside, and take another 2-minute timeout and be more along with our halftime show. High school football Friday night, Greensburg 15, Batesville 9 on Country 103.9 WRBI, WRBI-TV, and the WRBI app.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're good at insurance. But not just any insurance. We're good at when the forecast calls for cheese ball-sized hail insurance. and even shouldn't have parked under that tree. Insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
See your local Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent, Doug Sherwood, in Greensburg. Call 812-663-3595.
Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep is a proud sponsor of local athletics. I'm Michelle Galk, and at Batesville Chrysler, we value this community and the relationships we've built with our customers. As your hometown car dealer, we understand the importance of staying connected to the community. We commend all our student athletes and their hard work and dedication. That's why we're proud to sponsor local sports coverage so that fans can stay connected no matter where we are. Remember, you can buy a car anywhere, but when you buy at Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep, we can all work together to support the future of this great community.
When looking for the highest standard of HVAC service and care, turn to Hurt & Elko, your local Lennox Premier dealer. Hurt & Elko and their Premier dealer status means you're certain to be working with a company who has the highest level of training, professionalism, and customer satisfaction. For a limited time, they're offering up to $1,900 in rebates on a brand new Lennox system or finance with low monthly payments. Call Hurt & Elko today at 812-934-4646 or visit them online at hurt-elko.com to learn more. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Visit your local Napa store, Vaguely Napa Auto in downtown Batesville. This month, get a 5-quart jug of select varieties of Mobil 1 Advanced Full Synthetic Motor Oil for $34.99. A 5-quart jug of Napa Premium Performance Conventional Motor Oil is just $18.99. 1-gallon jugs of Napa Antifreeze Coolant start at $9.99. And Shell Rotella T4 Triple Protection Motor Oils just $19.29 for a 1-gallon jug. It's all at Vaguely Napa Auto in downtown Batesville.
Your free source for local sports. WRBI.
We're down to 2 homecoming candidates being recognized here at Greensburg High School. They're both in football uniforms, at least in terms of King candidates, because it's Jaden Waller out there for Greensburg, and Ethan Smith is last in line for the Pirate homecoming court as Greensburg varsity girls basketball coach Jason Simpson continues to announce the court and will very soon be announcing the winners here for homecoming Friday night for the Pirates. 7:50 on the clock. Greensburg leading Batesville 15-9. Talking here in the halftime show about a hodgepodge of things, and this is the perfect time to be bringing this up because certainly this is news that you want to hear for any person who has been affected and families who have been affected by cancer. It was 5 years ago that Batesville defensive specialist and wide receiver Ethan Schneider was diagnosed with melanoma, and certainly it's been a journey for not only Ethan but for his entire family, and he had went through that treatment process 5 years ago. That cancer just continued to shrink in Ethan's body, and he's been a guy that's been cancer free. He's went through the scans now for a couple of years, and we are happy to report tonight that we got this information passed along by his mom Lisa, that he went in for his 5-year official scan today, and Ethan Schneider is officially ringing that bell. He is officially cancer free. So a big congratulations to Ethan, and our well wishes and congratulations to him and his family. I know from me, I've had the opportunity to get to know Ethan a little bit. Coach his brother Carson in baseball. Have had Logan, his younger brother, in for middle school basketball. It's a tremendous family of athletes and a tremendous family in terms of parents and extended family. But, this is obviously a news story that goes beyond what you're capable of doing out on your respective playing surface. This means more. This is a life situation that Tom Snape Ethan certainly has showed us that he truly is a Bulldog at heart.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, to have that diagnosis at such a young age and to go what he has gone through, it's tough. But he's able to, fight the good fight and able to ring that bell, it's a great thing, great feeling.
Ringing the bell today, 5 years
That's
officially
awesome.
now for him. Cancer-free is Ethan Schneider. Well, we've still got 5.5 minutes here tonight. Speaking of Ethan Schneider, we have seen him on the football field tonight as well as his Batesville Bulldog teammates. And this is going to be a very interesting response for Batesville in terms of what do they do coming out of this halftime break. And we had mentioned the pregame very quickly. It's a team that needed to be hungry tonight. You can see that hunger, but I would still imagine that, especially the way this first half ended, that probably is not the most pleasant conversation Evan Ulrey's had with the football team.
Yeah, I mean, the intent is there. It's just that the execution not as crisp, especially down the stretch on that final drive where he had penalties at the most inopportune times and stalled the drive and killed it. And, of course, ended on the last play, an interception thrown. But, I mean, it's all a matter of execution on Batesville's part. And, again, of course, they won the toss and deferred to the second half, so they will get the ball to start quarter number 3.
And we have seen Batesville, you and I teaming up, we go all the way back to week number 2. We know this Batesville team is capable of coming back for a victory. We saw them do it against Milan in week 2, and I've now used that to flip things over to Greensburg, because here is a Pirate team that's 0-6 on the season. They've had just one win now in the last year and a half on this football field. You're up by 6. You have been in position this season with this kind of advantage and with this kind of play. But now with Isaac Sliger in charge, can the Pirates finally put it together tonight to reel off what would be a huge victory?
Yeah, especially the fact that Greensburg getting the field a little bit. Just let them hang around if you're Batesville, and you're going to mess around and find out a little bit here as far as what Greensburg is capable of. Again, just a play here, a play there of coming up with one, maybe 2 wins on the season. The scoreboard would look a lot better, but that's I hate to paraphrase Sam Weish, but that's a pretty good 0-6 team out there.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. And Coach Ulrey knew that when we discussed this game on Coach's Corner on Monday night. He says, it's 1 or 2 plays, and they're right there with Greenfield. It's 1 or 2 plays, they're right there with Franklin County. It's a team that very easily could have that same identical record as Batesville coming into tonight, or at least, be coming in with a 2-4 record. But 0-6 is the case, and the Pirates certainly have showed that they are able to be a team in contention for a victory in 2025. The Batesville Bulldogs are making their way back out on the field. And before we take a break, Tom, just any final comments as we wrap up on half number 1 and get ready for half 2?
Well, you mentioned Isaac Sliger in charge. I mean, what he did at Rushville was nothing short of sensational. He started up there with less than nothing, and in 4 years turned them into EIAC Small School Division champs. Makes his way here to Greensburg, takes on this project, and I think that of course with Rushville he instituted the weight room, guys to work. And I think he did a lot of salesman's job around here. The numbers are up from past numbers. And, this is not your older brother's Greensburg Pirates team. This is a team that looks focused. They may not execute perfectly, but at the same time, they've got that Isaac Sliger stamp on them that they're going to hit you. They're going to be physical, and they're going to put you in a ball game. And we're seeing exactly that here in this through this first half.
And when we come back, we will see if Coach Sliger can get his first win as a Greensburg football head coach, but the Batesville Bulldogs have something to say about it for the final 24 minutes. 15-9 Greensburg over Batesville. Second half comes your way after this. You've been listening to our halftime show as a part of High School Football Friday Night, Country 103.9 WRBI, WRBI-TV, and the WRBI app.
When you schedule an annual wellness visit with your Decatur County Memorial Hospital primary care provider, you can receive the most up-to-date report on the status of your health. Your family medicine provider's care is a fundamental to staying well and catching problems early. Routine preventative care can help save your life. Schedule an appointment with your DCMA's provider today.
When life takes unexpected turns, Moore Law is there to help. Moore Law can help with estate planning, elder law, nursing home planning, criminal defense, family law issues, and civil litigation. They stand behind their clients every step of the way.